Om Ganeshaya Namah. This reading is the sign of Libra. So if you have Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in the sign of Libra, then this reading is for you. As usual, take what resonates, let go of the rest. The messages that are meant for you, you're going to know within they're meant for you. Don't force any message to gel with you. Let them just come organically. Please use discernment. And let's get into the reading. The Magician. That is the disposer of the entire reading. The Magician is the starting of the tarot cards. It is you having the manifestation power within you, you having access to all of the elements that are there, that be physical elements or be energetic elements, or in other terms, to say the resources that you need to create what you want in your life are in access to you. Even though in the physical they may seem like you don't have access to them, or maybe you're struggling with a particular form of resource, maybe you're struggling with money, or maybe no help, nobody's there to, you don't see any opportunities come your way, everything is very stagnant, then don't worry, because the Magician card says that you truly have everything that you need. So if you're stuck in a rut and if you're stagnant, then ask yourself, what are you not doing? What are you not seeing? Because the universe at every point in your life will always give you something, will always give you everything that you need in that particular moment of your life. If there are struggles going on, then it is there to teach you something. Regardless of whatever you're being taught and whatever situation that you're going through, the universe will always give you everything that you need. So maybe it is some mind work that needs to be done. Maybe there's some shadow work that needs to be done. Maybe, since it's the card of manifestation, maybe you are trying to manifest things that have come from other people, that is inspired from other people, that is inspired from other sources. Maybe that manifestation that you're trying to do is rooted in trauma, or it is rooted in a belief that you need to have a certain lifestyle, or you need to have this to be able to prove to others that how great you are and how amazing you are. And maybe, a lot of these times we try to manifest things that we have picked up from our childhood through our programmings, through access to people around us, through our family, friends. Maybe you want a particular brand of car because that shows how royal you are, or maybe that car or that particular brand is seen as a symbol, as seen as a status symbol. So if you have it, you are going to automatically get the validation of everyone around you, and people are going to just you can just wow them with all of that. So manifestations that are rooted in this sort of intentions often are blocked by the universe, because it's not coming from the true depth of your place. So you can manifest whatever you want, but for the universe has the idea that what you truly need, and whether that thing is actually going to be beneficial to you or it's going to cause problems, at the later stage. So you can, if you want that car, you can manifest it, but the universe will, and your protectors, your guides, your ancestors, people that are in the unseen, that are taking care of you, are going to make sure that it gets delayed or it gets blocked, because it's possible that maybe had you got that car, there would be, you would have people jealous about you, or people plotting against you, or people trying to harm you in a certain way, because now they see this, that you have this car, and now there is all sorts of plots being made against you. So sometimes things being delayed and things, not working out is a divine blessing. So do not doubt your abilities to manifest, but know that sometimes the delay and sometimes the difficulties happen because they are divinely guided, and you're being protected for something worse off. Something could have gotten worse, or maybe the thing that you would get at that moment would feel like a blessing, but in future it would turn into a curse. So the universe is trying to save you from that. So, but at the same time, if you're in deep difficulty, and you feel like you are losing hope, so this card is here to tell you that you have the power of the goddess, you have the power of the divine feminine, the divine mother, the mother that is responsible for all creation. She is blessing you, and she is telling you that you have to adopt her way of living, her way of expression, that is like nature. Just everything, how everything grows in nature, how nature is just free moving, and free spirited. It is not contained. So that is how you need to act. You need to let creativity, let the creative juices and creative force within you express itself. You don't have to be bogged down by rules, and you don't have to be bogged down by cages. You need to express. Maybe it is about dancing, maybe about singing. You can take to those arts, maybe painting, do things like that, which counterintuitively give you the happiness and freedom and take you to the states that will end up manifesting what you truly want. So sometimes, see, it's not about the manifestation, because through manifestation we're trying to chase the state that it brings us. You don't want a car for the sake of the car. You want the car because of how it will make you feel when you're sitting in that car. So if you can start to feel that way right now itself, then that thing is going to get closer to you. You are closer to manifesting what you want, and the universe will choose what is the best thing for you. Maybe the car that you're asking for is the lowest that you deserve. Maybe you deserve something much more higher. So that's why universe puts a break in and sometimes delays things, because what you've asked for is the least of what you deserve. You deserve so much more because of your abilities. So a lot of stress going on, a lot of there could be a lot of things. This is Nine of Swords, so maybe sleep could have been affected. Maybe you're overthinking a lot. Maybe there is sort of a lot of activity in the dreams. You're seeing. And you're thinking a lot about worst case scenarios. What if this happens? What if that happens? What are you going to do? How are you going to take care of it? What if things get worse? And it's going into a spiral, because we have the King of Swords as well reversed here. So this, again, swords cards are about the mind. So here, how is your mind working against you? How are you amplifying the difficulties that you have in your head? Because of course nobody is denying that you might be going through certain difficulties, but in our head we amplify it, and we make it so much more worse than they actually are. So how is your mind doing that, and how can you uh, don't stop torturing yourself in that way, stop making yourself miserable, because the thoughts that you have, and the thoughts that you choose to focus on is completely up to you. So we can't control our thoughts in a way that we can't put awareness on every thought that we have. However, we can put awareness on the most recurring thoughts that we have. So if you are thinking about that particular thing that did not go well, or maybe some bills are coming up and you're thinking about that bill again and again and again, so you can get aware that this thought is the most that you think of, and you can get a general estimate on where your energy is mostly going, where your mental energy, and the amazing faculties that we have been blessed with, the imagination that we are blessed with, is we are actually we are using it in such a way that it works against us. So we can use the imagination to be creative in terms of solutions, in terms of inventing things or writing a book or things like that. But instead, we are trying to actually use it for our own downfall. It's making us miserable, and it is also putting you in this analysis paralysis, in the state where you are too scared to act. And a card fell down, but let me see. Yeah, so you're too scared to act, and that's why there's this complete dreadful situation where the person has his hand on his face. He doesn't know what to do. He just stresses too much. And see here, when I told you there are 7 of Cups reversed, so upright as well, this is all about confusion. And here, if you see the different cups, there are multiple things out there, but not everything is a good option. So here it talks about being lost in the multiple options that you have. So you might be getting solutions, or you might be, seeing ways of action, and some may feel too good to be true, and some may feel good, but you need to use a discernment. You need to use your intuition to find out whether that's a real good path or not, because in states of desperation you might be making decisions that to get you out of this state. You might just make decisions, but that will turn out wrong later on. That will turn out not the right ones, and it's going to put you in more trouble. So in order to first be able to make that decision, you need to first quieten your mind. You need to do more mindfulness. You need to meditate more, and then bring yourself to that stable state where you're able to see what the different options are. So this again, this is confusion of the options. So when we talked about the magician that came in first, and that's very much related to manifestation. Maybe the things that you're trying to manifest are not aligned to who you are as a person or who you're trying to be. Maybe you are going through a situation and you're just trying to manifest a way out of the solution quickly. Or maybe you're manifesting the wrong thing, because there could be certain reasons because of which you got into this place, because the universe is trying to teach you something. So if you just manifest a solution, the universe knows that if the solution is given to you, you'll be back to that same place. Maybe if you are in a line of work, if you're doing a certain type of work, and that is not what feeds your soul, but you're doing it because it pays the bills and it pays all of that, maybe those things could have been cut off because the universe wants you to do something else. So if you manifest more work in that same field, if universe were to give you opportunities, then you're just going to get the money and you got to use it, and you're going to be back doing what you already were doing. But universe is trying to here give you the bigger picture of having the courage, building up that courage, leaving that particular job or industry, moving to another one, the creative one, which actually feeds your soul. So get aware of what the universe is trying to teach you. They always leave signs. So here's Ace of Cups. So here a lot of things are being taken out of you, where you've got to the stage where you don't have much to give. And that could have been because of your certain habits in the past, where you just pour too much into people, or you take care of everyone and you try to give as much as you can give. And right now the focus needs to be on yourself. The focus needs to be probably on, it can be on your health. You need to regain your vitality. You need to regain your strength so that you can continue to move, and you can continue to find solutions to the problems that you have, and you can manifest what you want, so that you can get to the state of the sun, which is of happiness, so that you can nourish yourself. You see the kid on the horse, he has nothing to care about. He has no care in the world. He's just flying out there. So you need to get to this place where, regardless of what is happening in your life, you are happy. You are finding something to be happy about, something to be grateful about. You are looking after your inner child. Maybe everything is stemming towards the childhood traumas that you have, or childhood hurt that you have, or the fact that you have neglected the inner child within you. Maybe you have focused on being the adult for so long that you have forgotten how to be, what it's like to be a child. Maybe you have not given time to the childhood hobbies that you had, things that bring you truly bring you happiness. It's time to focus on that. Then we have the world reversed. So certain things in your life, certain phases of your life are coming to an end, and that is a beautiful thing, because after the end there is a new beginning, fresh new beginning. But when the world comes reversed, you are being a block to that. You are somehow blocking the culmination and completion of a particular phase, so that you can move on to a new one. So this is actually you working against yourself, you blocking things for you, because you are attached to a certain way of life. Maybe you're attached to what you do, where you live, and the way things have been, because maybe it's very difficult for you to change. Maybe you're too addicted to comfort. Maybe you're too addicted to the comfort zone. But this is what's blocking the new things from coming, because in order for those to come, you need to first finish a particular cycle. And if you block that because of your attachments, because you're not able to change, then there are two things that happen. Firstly, stagnancy happens, because otherwise, unless there's stagnancy, you will not get desperate enough to make you change. The other thing is that first stagnancy, the other thing is forceful uprooting. If the universe deems this very, very necessary to your soul, and your guides, your angels, everyone deems it necessary, they will have to intervene. And usually when the universe intervenes, it is like a bam. It is very powerful. It is very painful. The tower is completely destroyed and it's out of nowhere. We have the Uranus card here, change. Uranus also a planet is connected to unpredictability. You cannot absolutely judge what's going to happen whenever Uranus is in play, wherever Uranus is in your chart. It's all sudden. It's all everything randomly happening out of nowhere. So this is what the universe will come, and it says change. So if you do not move your ass, if you do not accept and welcome change, uh, from willingly, the universe has to take extreme measures, and those are not easy, those are very painful. Other thing with Uranus is having these psychic insights. So out of nowhere you're going to have downloads come to you, maybe through when you're meditating, maybe when you're sleeping, or maybe just randomly you see something and something clicks. Uranus is connected to that as well. It just brings in insights out of nowhere from the realms up above. So when that happens, it is time for you to act. It is time for you to act on that, because the universe, your guides, angels, gods use that as the mechanism to communicate with you. They use often bring in insights out of nowhere. So you better listen to that. You better not disregard it as just thought. Be aware that it's coming. Then it's very interesting. We have the King of Wands here, and then we have the Knight of Wands here. So there is a lot of fire energy. There's a lot of fire bubbling within you. And you want to act. You want to do things. You want to passionately take charge of your life. You want to, move ahead. So you'll see what is stopping you. One of the things that's stopping you is lack of foresight, like lack of planning as well, lack of going into the future and trying to have the balls to move from one place to another, or exploring some other place, because you see he has the globe in his hand, it is upright, but it has come reversed. So he's saying the lack of planning, and he has a globe which is he's planning to move ahead to different places. That could mean a physical move, it could mean moving a country or maybe a city, or traveling or planning ahead, looking into the future. Maybe that gives you fear, or maybe that gives you anxiety, because looking in the future might have you to might make you consider a lot of things. Maybe in the future you don't see yourself uh, living in the place where you're living, or maybe not doing the work that you're doing. But seeing that and accepting that truth takes a lot of balls. It takes a lot of courage. It's fearful. Like it is full of fear, because it is different. It is different from our current situation. The mind is definitely going to feel fear, and so we try to avoid looking at that, because if we don't look at it, it doesn't exist. We can just put it under the rug and leave it. So Libra especially have to be very aware of this, because they have a tendency to put things under the rug and to pretend as though everything is hunky dory, because you guys are ruled by Venus, and we have Venus here. That's wonderful. Yeah, we have Venus. It says beloved. So you guys are ruled by Venus, and because of that, uh, you can sometimes create a very delusional worldview of what you have, a delusional worldview, as well as delusional view of the situation at hand. You can make it made way too rosy. Venus can have rose-colored glasses and be delusional about how things are going to be, or how things are going to be working out. But that also gives you amazing manifestation powers, because at one point you have to be delusional about what you're trying to manifest, and as long as you believe into it with full heart, it starts to manifest and bring itself into this reality. But at the other end also, you have to be really practical in a way to understand if the people that are around you are actually supporting or not supporting you, or the situation that you're in, whether this particular action is going to bring you results or not, or sometimes all it takes is just accepting your situation, accepting that okay, you are in this turmoil, you are in this difficulty, and that is fine. That is being human. That itself takes a major ego work, and it takes ego depth to be able to come to that part, because none of us want to accept that reality. So that itself can be very healing, to accept that okay, you are in shit, okay, that you are struggling in a particular way, and there is nothing bad about that. That does not take away your worth. That doesn't make you a worthless human. That taking accepting that itself is going to be very healing, because there's the Seven of Swords. So this can show imposter syndrome, making you feel that you do not belong where you belong, or you don't deserve happiness, or you don't deserve what you're asking for, or maybe you are, with that, with the magician that you have, the feminine vibe and the feminine energy. It may make you feel like you don't deserve to be there, because sometimes a lot of being feminine energy is just sitting back and letting universe take care of it, and most of us are not prepared for that. Most of us have been taught from our childhood to be very masculine, which is masculine in our approach, which is trying to go out there and make shit happen, work hard, grind, continuously show up every day, day in day out, and get things done, get shit done. That sort of attitude. And being feminine could just mean sitting back and relax and letting things happen and come to you in the way they're supposed to. Just like in nature, nobody's in a hurry to grow. You cannot force a tree to go. The river will not go faster. The planets do not move faster. They just go as they're supposed to go. So maybe that is a pressure point for you, because you being in the feminine means that you are being worthless and you're just sitting back and being idle and not doing anything, and that triggers you. Maybe that's where the entire work is. That's where maybe the entire shadow work you have to do, and just being comfortable in receiving, comfortable in not acting, just being there and being okay to receive from the universe. Then we have the first house, the arrival. So here it could be there could be health issues, and you need to work on that, because this is about your appearance. This is about your literal physical body and how you take care of it. So you have to ensure that you are eating well, you're exercising, you are taking care of your body. If it is not in the shape that you want it to be in, then we have the pig. That's interesting when we talk about the body, and then comes the pig. So it says maintain self-worth and self-esteem. You know, regardless of what meaning that we have given, like the pop culture and all of us, how they use pig to be someone that is of filth, that just likes to be in their filth and is filthy, and we often use it as a disrespectful way to say shit to someone. So here it is actually telling you opposite, that they are some of the most loving animals, and they know their worth. So you need to maintain self-worth, self-esteem. For them, bathing in filth and playing in filth does not change who they are. They love it, and they are, they, even if you take them out of it, they'll go back into it, because they don't care. They like to enjoy. They like to have fun. Then we have the horse spirit here. It says freedom is yours, and it came out reverse. So it's saying that you are not letting yourself feel free. You're not letting yourself go out there and just enjoy life and run around doing whatever you want to do. The sun card was there where the baby was on the horse. The same thing to the horse. So you need to let yourself be free, and also know that freedom is the biggest blessing, and freedom is the biggest thing that you need to look at when you're trying to manifest things, manifest freedom, because there's no point in being shackled in gold. There's no point in having gold shackles. You could manifest that car that you want, but maybe it comes with loans, it comes with EMIs, and you cannot get rid of that easily. Maybe you're stuck. You have that car, that you have that amazing car, but you also have 48-month worth of loan payments to go. So now you're stuck for 4 years. You have no freedom. You have to work the job that you do. You have to continue doing what you're doing, because that monthly payment has to go. So make sure that you're not shackling yourself with gold. Remember the sea horse spirit, watch and wait. So it was, again, this is also reverse. So maybe there's difficulty in patience. You're struggling with that. Things are not moving as fast as they want, or the manifestation, things are not manifesting as in the quickest way that you want it to manifest. but you need to have patience and wait because things are on your own moving. We have Shark. Lead as a powerful, peaceful warrior. So, despite all of the situation, how can you still show up and lead? Maybe it can just mean take lead of your life. Then now we've come to this interesting part of asking two questions. You can ask whatever question that you have. Don't think too much. Just you can pause if you want to. Think about two questions, and I'm going to read answers. Okay, I've got two cards here, so I'm going to read. These are going to be the answers to the question that you ask. You can ask anything. There's no wrong question. So take time and think of that question, and I'm going to read. Okay, so for the first question that you asked, it says highlights and success. Congratulations, you are on the road to success. No need to worry. You now understand that all you need to do is relax and the universal energies take care of everything. You are divine light. It's going to work out beautifully. That's amazing. This is about the first question that you had asked. Now, about the second question that you asked. Okay, take some time and be ready. Okay, so the next second question, the answer for that related to that. Listen to your intuition. This is the time to choose and witness many of the illusions in your day to day life, letting go of old paradigms and reactions to the aspects perpetrated by your ego mind. You set the flow of a new wave of liberation for yourself. Fear is one aspect that hugely impacts this and will block your intuition. Tune into your heart as its desires for some intuitive prompts. The heart is desiring from prompts, and you need to quieten your mind, listen to the intuition, and whatever you asked for, the answers are going to come in meditation. So quieten your mind. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. It really helps push the video to other people who will get messages from this, and I really appreciate it. So thank you. God bless you, and take care.